The Oxford Street, in fact, is a special place, in fact. But now, due to the pandemic and things, it has changed, you know. But it used to be very, very sweet.
Osu is well noted for its busy nightlife and commercial activities. It's home to Accra's exotic luxury apartments and local antique center. It won't be out of place to describe Osu as the heartbeat of the national capital. But what do you know about its history and origin?
Ages ago, there were some white men who came from UK. They came to trade here, and they were into business of trading, into spare parts. And the name was Royal Engineers. So in the short form of the Royal Engineers, because of our local men, we're not able to mention the Royal Engineers, they just shortened it as RE. That brought the name. But initially, our local men here was full of flowers and stuff. So it was known in traditional language, or the Agan language, as Ngano, as a garden. Ngano, in Ghana, but the English word is a garden. But this place was full of trees and flowers. So that was why this name came about, the Ari in our local language as Ngano.
People should know Osu R means Osu Regimental Engineers Regiment. This was all like during the Second World War period. This was a military base. Hence we have the police hospital here and the barracks around. So it's taken off from there, and we're not far from the former administrative capital, which was Osu Castle 30, 40 years ago. And it all connects as why this is the entertainment hub, at least in this area, in this vicinity right now. I think the name Oxford Street came by default. The whole world, the whole globe can be envious of what Oxford Street in London has been able to achieve. I mean, Oxford Street is one of the key points of visitation for any tourist from Japan, Asia, South America, everywhere. You have to see Oxford Street. My first time seeing Oxford Street in London was in 1988 when I went there for a visit, and I was old enough to actually walk through those streets at night. But I think almost all over the world, everybody has had their Oxford Street. Accra, I think the name Oxford Street probably engendered in the late 70s maybe, and that's when Oxford Street in London had hit its prime, before Carnaby Street and other places. But yeah, we took a cue from naming this street the Osu R Road, Oxford Street.
Osu is home to the former seat of government, the Christianborg Castle, which initially served as a Danish colonial fort constructed in the 17th century, and is home to a mix of housing dating as far back as the early 20th century. The people of Osu trace their ancestry to Israel. It is widely believed that Osu is popular due to the influence of the Europeans who settled here and developed the place by building the castle.
In the olden days, with Akulana, they did have their settlement as the Christianborg Castle, known as the Osu Castle. And see that after they most of them settled and have some children with our local women. That's why in Osu, when you come, it is only Osu that you can find all the big names, the Bannerman, the Wolf Cochrane, and so on and so forth.
Some say that you probably haven't been to Accra if you haven't taken a walk down the Oxford Street in Osu to do some shopping, sightseeing and eating. Oxford Street is a home for people from all walks of life and is probably the busiest part of the city.
Osu RE, this stretch, is known to all, especially the older ones. People of our fathers and mothers' ages are very much aware of what Osu had to offer back in the day. It was about the only place you could come to have, the only place you could have a number of different offerings on the nightlife scene. So the whole idea, the whole concept of like bar hopping and restaurant crawling and nightclub, reveling very much started here in Osu R. But right from the 50s and 60s, if we talk to the members of the community in this vicinity, they will tell you stories of how Osu was the place to be.
Oxford Street, you can see many things around here, like some hotels, some bar, can entertain people. That's why always people run to come here.
Some say it is the Times Square of Ghana because Oxford Street never sleeps. Dotted with tons of pubs, casinos, eateries and everything fun and entertainment you can ever imagine, Osu stretches the ends of nightlife, music, food and the finest things money can buy, all within one concentrated milieu.
Osu R is full of fun. So if you don't have anything doing elsewhere, when you come to Osu R, the Oxford Street specifically, you really enjoy life.
People come here because of many celebrities came here to have fun. So they want to join them, they want to see them and be like, oh, okay, Charlie, I've seen Owusu-Ansah because when Owusu-Ansah was having like the video show at Kona Cafe, many people from other places came to meet him because they have never seen him before and all those stuff.
It's vibrant, there's people everywhere, there's something for everybody. And we can all come down here and we can get something to eat, we can dance, we can go to a casino. There's something for everyone.
More so 30 years ago than now. I think there's less activity in terms, like those days, 30 years ago, running like on these streets on 24th night December or 31st going on to New Year's, Oxford Street will literally be packed, cars will not be moving. You don't really see that now. I think that activity of walking on the streets, having fun, experiencing what's on the left and on the flanks of the street, that thing has spread onto other like offerings that, you know, other places around Accra. So I think it's much more like a whole entire stretch of bars and restaurants, not so much people walking on the streets. Yes, but there's definitely a lot of entertainment activity going on the Oxford Street, but more like inside buildings, inside, you know, enclaves and all of that, you know.
You will find most, if not all, of the big franchise companies here on the Oxford Street.
Osu, I hope, Osu shall always remain the traditional capital of entertainment in Accra. There will be other enclaves springing up, but of course Osu should always be there. We need to make sure we continue to be ahead of the game in terms of curating this wonderful experience that has tradition and culture to it.
The beauty of the street, for some people, may most likely be the perfect blend of two classes of people, two different lifestyles, worlds apart, brought together on one street. Annabella Ohenenjan's report for Joy News.